So as most of y'all know, I grew up in a very spiritually diverse woo-woo family. And growing up with a psychic mother and a psychic grandmother, it's just certain things I know to look out for in other people. So like for an example, the year 2016, my friend, she was having a baby, right? And mind you, it's 2016, so it's like 3 years of us out of high school. We didn't go to the same high school, but we both graduated in 2013. So, we like 20, 21, some young hoes. So she gets pregnant, and it's about like 7 to the 8 month mark. She gets into a car accident, she flatlines, but she survives and comes back. Now, also, just so y'all know, because y'all be asking me a lot, I did get permission to tell this story. She just told me not to use her real name. So from her getting into that accident, she didn't have time to have her baby shower because the nigga was fighting for her life. So of course, after she has her baby, a couple months later, the family throws a baby shower then, and we all go. So while we're at the baby shower, everybody knows like I'm very much so like the dramatic woo-woo friend. If you know, you know. But I'm also the one who sometimes, especially in my younger years, would give out unsolicited information that nobody asked for. So she's showing pictures of her giving birth, and she had one picture of the baby coming right out of the laundry chute. So everybody's noticing it, and the first thing I notice is that the baby eyes is open. So I say, "Oh, your baby was born with their eyes open?" And she was like, "Yeah, my baby's smart." I said, "Well, girl, that's an opinion. However," I said, "you better watch out because your baby gonna see ghosts." And everybody stopped because everybody was like, "What is this hoe talking about?" And I'm like, if your baby born with a veil or your baby born with their eyes open, there's a good chance, not for everyone, but there's a good chance of the ones I've seen, they're gonna be able to see spirits or talk to ghosts. I was assuming everybody knew this, but clearly not. But remember, me and this friend, we go back. So they already know. They're like, "Oh, here he go with his mumbo jumbo." I'm like, "Okay, don't believe me, but stay tuned." I said, "But if you want to protect your child, get a little baby oil, rub it on their eyes, and pray for them to be able to only see things that they can tolerate and they can understand and it doesn't scare them." They're like, "Oh yeah, okay, we will." Honey, I give advice. I don't care what you do with it. That's not my concern. I'm just here to give the message and leave. So now it's 2019, right? Now, this part is from what they're telling me, nothing I experienced with them. So they go into the bedroom one morning to wake up their child, and they hear their child having a conversation. And it's with Uncle Johnny. Now, that's not the real uncle's name, but we're using it as a filler name. They're listening in at the door, so they finally go in, and they're like, "Oh, baby, who are you talking to?" And the baby says, "Uncle Johnny." And they're like, "Oh, you miss your uncle? Well, do you want us to give him a call?" Because they lived in the Midwest and Uncle Johnny lived in Connecticut. They just chalking it up to the child missing their uncle because sometimes, kids miss their elders. So now they all sitting around eating breakfast, right? The phone rings. They answer the phone. "Hello?" Face goes blank. The husband asks, "Baby, what's going on? What's wrong?" On the other end, Uncle Johnny passed away of a heart attack, the Widowmaker, last night. A couple weeks later, me and my friend run into each other. We're catching up. They tell me this. Now, am I surprised? Hell no, because I knew shit like that was going to happen. Not the Uncle Johnny part, but I knew that child, that child eyes was looking way too deep for it not to be able to see some shit. So in conclusion, watch out for them kids that's born with a veil or born with their eyes open.